Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are building a house from scratch. It's been a while since done that, but I was looking at some house floor plans for inspiration and this just kind of came to me. I wanted something a little different and kind of built the way I wanted it to, even though I never know how I want my house built. And it just kind of happens randomly. I shortened the inside a little bit, as you saw there, because, I don't know, like, I was trying to leave room for the backyard, because as hard as I try, my houses are always, like, as big as the lot. So, like, there's never a backyard. There's always, like, some like big spaces in the front yard, but never in the backyard. Maybe it's just, I don't know. Like, I just don't know how to fix it. Like, maybe I could just like move up the front of the house to move the back of the house back, so I can actually, have a backyard. But who knows, Well, I'll figure it out someday. And don't mind the roofing. It was driving me insane, and I suck at putting roofs up. Like, I can't do it. As hard as I try to, it just, it never really works out. I did a lot of different roof shapes, and the way I had it, that I ended up doing it, which you're about to see, it just makes me cringe a little bit. I just couldn't figure out how I wanted it, and it just looks weird, and I just couldn't get it to work, and it made me kind of sad, because it looks terrible, but I didn't know what to do with it. So, eventually I'll learn to put roofs up, but, you don't really see the roofing, so I guess it's not that bad, unless you're looking at, like, the whole house, then you'll see it. And then I was trying to do something a little different on the outside, because I always choose, like, just plain white walls with, like, nothing else. So I was like, oh, I'll do something different, and I don't know, I like it. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of, like, my house, because, like, that's, like, the outside, it's, like, brick, like, right along the bottom, and then, like, it's siding the rest of the way. But it's, like, only on, like, the front of my house. Like, only the front has a little bit of brick. And if you hear a weird, like, beep, my mom's computer is going off, and I don't really know why. I think it's because her renters are done. Yeah, because my mom makes YouTube videos, too. Yeah, check her out if you haven't. Morgana Freya. Boom. Name drop. And I put llamas in because my mom watches all my videos, and she always thinks I'm crazy for putting llamas, but best plant. And I was going to put those flowers, but to record I have to have my graphics down really low, and those flowers always end up looking terrible. And so I just didn't put them down, and I didn't really do a whole lot with the front. I mainly added a lot of plants. And then on the backyard, I was trying to do, like, add something that maybe, like, adults and kids would play with. I did end up putting, like, a kid's room in here, and I made sure they had, like, outdoor space for, like, eating, gave them the grill, the cooler, another bird feeder, another wind chime, and some more flower boxes with giant flowers. And I wanted to add more to the backyard, but obviously I couldn't because I can't do backyards very well. And then I ended up taking out the gate just because I didn't want to end up like that, like being weird. Because like the mail lady, like if you play The Sims and your mailbox is just even the slightest off, the lady is like, oh, I couldn't get to your mailbox and I just threw it in there. Good luck getting it out. Even if there's nothing around it. I've played some where like the mailbox is on its own, completely nothing around it for like a ways. And they're like, oh, I couldn't reach your mailbox. I'm like, why? Why? It's right there. Hello? Here I was adding in all the doors so I could decide where I wanted the kitchen. I wanted to put the table in here. I was going to add windows in those spots, but like, it's just like an OCD thing where I can't have different windows, or having different windows is really hard for me, which it's just hard to make them different. And then I put a lot of art. I don't know what it is with me lately. I have been putting so much art into my houses. That is insane. Because I usually don't do that much decorating. And then I just don't know. I've been adding a lot lately. And then I really liked this wall color until I started doing the kitchen. As soon as I started building the kitchen, I hated the wall color. And then here I forgot how to build, and I had accidentally, like, if you hit that little cogwheel button, then your cabinets won't automatically change. So I was having troubles, and I was like, why isn't this working? I mean, without that sped up, you would have seen it. It took me like a couple minutes to be like, oh yeah, I hit the cogwheel, gotta go turn that off. You know, it just, I can't, you know. And if you want to, like, if you're wondering, like, how I'm doing the, like, freely move things, put them where I want, if you hold Alt while you're moving your objects, you can place them off the grid, like, it won't be stuck to grid placement, which is a super awesome tip. I love it. It is so nice. Like, I love the grid because I'm, like, OCD and the room has to be, like, equal, but sometimes I just want to set something off a little bit because even the grid is off for me. Like, sometimes you can put something down and it's like the grid just isn't working for you. Sorry. And always I put gnomes. And then here I was messing with the lights because I noticed that the lights went down in different ways. And then I changed them because I didn't like it because I couldn't get the lights to meet the way I wanted. Like, I couldn't get them to point the way I wanted to. And I actually really like the color scheme. Like, there's not really a color scheme, but like the way the colors ended up working out, I really like. It's really nice. I kind of wish that was the color of my house. My house, we have like this ugly orange color, and it's so terrible, and it's like this terrible pattern. Like, you can't even find that terrible of a pattern in Sims. It's so bad. And then I wasn't going to put that sunflower photo there, but there was nowhere else for it to go. So I was like, forget it. I'm putting that sunflower here, and I'll just move everything to work with it. Even though it's all like weird and I don't know. I've been liking collaging them without using the collage photos. Because those, like, sometimes you're just like, I want a collage, but these just aren't working for me. And I feel like if you put them down, like, in your own way, it's just more appealing, you know? And I went with very neutral colors in both bathrooms. There's two. There's this one. This is the master. And then the other bathroom was also very neutral. I was trying to keep, I try to keep a lot of rooms, like, kind of neutrally, because a lot of neutral colors work with many people, and that way you can really play off art and furniture if you keep the room quite neutral. I've said neutral too many times now. My bedrooms for master bedrooms, are almost always red and black. I feel that it's a very mature and also quite calming. Like, sometimes red is, like, not calming, it's, like, associated with anger. But, like, when I put it in the master bedrooms, I really like it. It just looks cozy to me. I don't know what it is, but, like, the red for master bedrooms is just very appealing. And I saw that sloth photo and I had to put it down. I loved it. I'd never seen it before because there's so much stuff, and I'm quite blind when I'm looking through. You'll see sometimes I'll just be like scrolling through, and that's because I'm blind and I can't see things. I can't figure out where things are, and I'll be like, I know we have it. I just don't remember where it is. And I did 2 separate mirrors. I usually will put one long mirror, but they just weren't working for me, and it was like poking into the shower, and like it probably wasn't that noticeable, but I noticed it and it really bugged me. I don't know. I'm just very picky on how things are placed. Just how I am. I'm very OCD about many things. Again, it's not like too neutral, but it's like not far off from, it's like a nice light green tone. And I went with a boy-girl bedroom, which is easily changed very quickly. But I was like, they might have a boy and a girl. And in this house, they'd have to share a bedroom. And I'm very particular. Again, OCD. I'm very particular. Things tend to be the same. I like rooms to be symmetrical as possible. And I don't know. I just can't help myself. I'm constantly like, oh, can't put it that way because then it's unsymmetrical. So like the one couch is always like, I don't know, evenly spaced with the TV, and then like 2 on each side. It's always 2. Can't help it. Try to make them as symmetrical as possible. Always. Alright, well, we are getting to the end of this speed build, so if you enjoyed my rambling, leave a like and a comment and subscribe and all those fun YouTube things, and let me know what you think about the house. Maybe I'll build more of my own. If I get some ideas, feel free to leave me some, but I will see you in the next video. Bye!